Hey, everybody. Hey, some quick conservation news that just got published today in PLOS Biology on this nice wintry walk we have here. So, we always hear about conservation success stories of big poster animals. So, think pandas, humpback whales, mountain gorillas, big charismatic animals. But that might not be the best conservation strategy. Here's the issue. So, when you judge your conservation success story by numbers of a particular species go up, you may, on the back end of that, have unintended consequences because of your narrow focus on one species. The article gave a couple great examples. One of them is the Chinese giant salamander. So it was recognized that the populations were in trouble, the species in trouble. So they gathered up all these distinct, disjunct populations, put them together, did a breeding program, and reintroduced those individuals back into the wild. Problem is all those disjunct populations had distinct genetics. They were cryptic species. So they caused genetic chaos in the Chinese giant salamander while having a success story. Well, the other unintended consequence is examples are the crested ibis and Pierre David's deer. So they find 7 crested ibis, for example. They do a captive breeding program. They have great success. They reintroduce these birds to the wild. The problem is the crested ibis's available habitat is limited. So you put these inbred, narrow genetic diversity individuals out into the wild with big numbers that reach carrying capacity. So what happens when an animal reaches carrying capacity? They cause damage. So now you have this unintended consequence. Numbers went up, but problems went up as well. The big takeaway is that don't focus on one charismatic species, focus on an entire ecosystem. If you conserve that entire ecosystem, you're keeping, like Aldo Leopold said, you're keeping all the parts. You're being a tinkerer, but you're keeping all the parts. So this whole ecosystem can recover in a natural fashion, which will lead to a real conservation success for all the species in that habitat. This is a web of interactions. And if you conserve the web, you conserve the ecosystem. Hey, just one more thing before we go. The paper is linked down below, so give it a read. It's a Chinese author, so my Chinese sucks. I can't say the name, but it's linked down below.